On the 2nd of July 2019, a total solar eclipse occurred over ESO's La Silla Observatory in the Chilean Atacama Desert. ESO invited nearly 25 scientists, communicators and educators to observe and document this rare occasion from La Silla. Total solar eclipses are rare phenomena and only occur on average once per 360 years in a specific location. Historically, total solar eclipses have only been observed twice from large professional observatories. In 1961 over l'Observatoire de Provence in France, and in 1991 over Mauna Kea on the island of Hawaii. These events have a great impact on the people fortunate enough to experience them, and also allow for special science experiments to take place. For this reason, ESO let nearly 25 scientists, communicators and educators observe and document the eclipse from La Silla, supported by the ESO Communication Department and benefiting from La Silla's clear skies, infrastructure and resources. Along with cameras and telescopes from 700 members of the public and more than 60 journalists, 5 different groups conducted outreach, education and science experiments on the day. They were assigned a place on the flanks of the La Silla mountain, just below the visitor centre, as well as on a platform next to the New Technology Telescope, or NTT for short. Naturally, expectations were high.
Our experiment features 7 cameras and 5 telescopes, and we are trying to cover several aspects of the solar science, solar education and outreach. With our experiment, we will try to study and understand better the inner part of the corona, the atmosphere of the Sun and its chromosphere.
This telescope will observe the Sun during the eclipse in order to measure the position of stars around the Sun for measuring the effect of general relativity. This eclipse is very particular for me because we repeat exactly the same experiment than 1 century ago by Eddington for the demonstration of general relativity.
My experiment is going to measure the linear polarization of the solar corona. The corona changes with each eclipse, and that is what we're trying to study, how it changes. I think we can probably determine how the corona is changing with the activity of the Sun. The Sun is going into a minimum state, and then the activity will increase in a few years. So we can actually see how the corona changes with that.
The NTT, one of the 2 4-meter class telescopes at La Silla, was also pointed daringly near the Sun during the eclipse.
It is very exciting to observe the eclipse from here, from La Silla, because we can use a very powerful telescope, a 3.5 meter diameter telescope, which allows to look at very faint features in the solar corona. Thanks to the NTT, this very powerful telescope, we may discover new spectroscopic lines in the solar corona and then get new information about the Sun. You have to be very careful when you use such a large telescope aiming at the Sun. We trust the people from here, from La Silla, to operate and to move quickly the telescope when the Sun will again reappear.
And then the great moment came, the moment of totality. Two webcasts and a Google Hangout were done, and included a special 4-hour-long webcast following the progression of the entire eclipse. All the way down to the sunset, even including a green flash. The experiments conducted during the total solar eclipse enabled some great and rare results. Stars around the eclipsed Sun were observed to show the deflection of starlight due to the Sun's monumental gravitational field, and thereby confirmed the general theory of relativity. The first ever measurements of the Earth's ionosphere were done to try to record changes caused by the Moon's shadow transit to reveal ionospheric irregularities during the eclipse. Polarization measurements produced a map of the polarization of the corona. There is less polarization at the Sun's poles and the most at the solar equator. Interesting features were found in spectra taken of the Sun from the elements iron, calcium, helium, and hydrogen. Observing and documenting the total solar eclipse over the La Silla Observatory was a breathtaking experience for all involved. The contributions and findings of the 25 scientists, communicators, and educators will help to deepen our understanding of these rare phenomena. And the NTT survived without going up in flames.